Does your
And I
son
got
work
some.
for your company?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, he does. Yeah, yeah,
Does he like it?
yeah. Yeah. I mean, I think he'd like to try different things because that's the only work he's done so far.
Mm.
And he's it's with his dad. So, but
Yeah.
he honestly he
Do
told
you ever yell at him? Are you like, you cut that
yeah.
board too short?
You're acting like Chaz.
I don't yell, but I
Get
get
out of
really
here.
frustrated. Yeah. It's hard. I don't know how it is with you, Kat, but it's hard for me anyway with having I don't and I guess it depends who you are and your family and everything, but he's so spoiled compared to me, like so how I was, and it's hard to be like I'm like, how can you not know like if I had not
Yeah.
known this or that when I was 16, I would have died, like and you're just like, oh, I don't know. How am I gonna cook this burrito?
I
Like,
do think of things like that sometimes. Zoe's only 8, but it's like, man, we were in 2 different places.
Listen, in
Yeah,
Leo's
you know.
defense, though, it's hard to once you're in carpentry so long, things just seem natural and normal. But in the beginning, I remember when I messed up, Orson would go, "Oh, that's no big deal. Just go get the board stretcher." And I was like, "What's the board stretcher?" He's like, "Yeah, just stretch the board up, make it longer. You cut it an inch too short, just get the board stretcher." And so I'm like walking around the truck looking for the board stretcher. I come back to him, I'm like, "You can't stretch this board." I was like, "Yeah, I know." So I
Oh.
can see how Leo would be like, "Dad, what do you mean I can't just do this?"
Well,
And
our construction site is complete chaos. I mean, so I have 5 employees now, and when I speak English, only 2 of them understand. When I
mhm.
speak
Mm.
French, only 2 of them understand, and when I speak Spanish, only 2 of them understand. And in that whole mix, there's like 2 that overlap, so there's one that doesn't understand anything. So
That must
like
get confusing for you. Like, what
yeah.
am I
Oh,
saying?
but it's also so awesome. Like I'm so grateful,
Yeah.
and it's cool. I really like to say that this is something I'm doing right here in Maine. The supposedly like the whitest country the whitest state in the country and all that, because uh, like I hired these 2 Haitians, and so their main language is Spanish because they lived in Chile for 8 years, and I hired them in July. I went to Puerto Rico in August. I could barely speak Spanish, and I went back at Christmas, and I was like, like talking so fast, and I was so grateful, that people pay a lot of money to get a like
Yeah,
immersion into Spanish, and I get to speak it like almost 8 hours a day, uh,
yeah.
because I've structured the business in that way that I
So,
can do
so let
that.
me get this straight. You're hiring your favorite musicians so you can make a band, and you're hiring people that speak the languages you
Yeah.
want to learn. You've really figured it out, I think.
Making out like
isn't
a
it?
Yeah,
bandit.
sounds really self-serving,
That's a,
but yeah.
that's a no, it's a way to do it.
Well, it's
Oh,
also a balance because when I hired the Spanish guys, I already had worked with my Albanian guy, so like
yeah.
the one who's also my accordion player. He's turning 70 next week,
Oh, wow.
and he's just not learning English, and my English has gotten so much worse because of him because he's dragging us down, like, and so all the times I would work with them was like it sucks that I don't want to learn his language because if I cared about learning his language, then I just give up and speak his language. So I was like I want to get Spanish speakers, but I never really found the
Yeah.
right mix. And then these guys, the Haitians, I just love their culture and uh, they're super hard workers and a lot of fun. Like we laugh so much all day. So